Alex was smart, not just a little smart. The kind of smart that made teachers say, "You have so much potential." In school, things were easy for him. He understood concepts quickly. He could finish assignments faster than everyone else. People assumed he would go far in life. But something strange started happening as he got older. Alex stopped finishing things. He had ideas, great ideas. He wanted to start a business. He wanted to learn new skills. He wanted to build a better life. But every time he sat down to start, he delayed it. "I'll do it later." Later became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next year. And slowly, without realizing it, Alex became someone who was always busy, but never actually moving forward. This is the strange truth about procrastination. It doesn't just affect lazy people. In fact, some of the worst procrastinators are incredibly intelligent. And the reason is not what most people think. Most people believe procrastination is about laziness. It isn't. Your brain doesn't procrastinate because it's weak. It procrastinates because it's trying to protect you. Your brain is designed to avoid pain and seek pleasure. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. Today, that same system is quietly sabotaging your life. Every difficult task triggers discomfort. Studying, working on a project, starting something uncertain. Your brain interprets this discomfort as a threat, and then it offers you an escape. Just check your phone. Watch one video. Scroll for a few minutes. You tell yourself it's harmless, but something powerful is happening inside your brain. Every time you switch to something easy, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical of reward. It tells your brain, "This feels good. Do it again." So your brain starts learning a dangerous pattern. Hard task equals discomfort. Easy distraction equals reward. And over time, your brain becomes trained to escape effort. This is why procrastination feels automatic. You don't even realize you're doing it. You sit down to work. 5 minutes later, you're on your phone. Not because you decided to fail, but because your brain chose the easier reward. But here's where intelligent people run into an even bigger problem. Smart people think too much. They analyze everything. They imagine every possible outcome. And this creates another trap: perfection. If you're intelligent, you can see how good something could be. Now, you know what great looks like. And that creates pressure. Because now, starting the task feels risky. What if it isn't good enough? What if it fails? What if people judge you? So instead of starting imperfectly, you delay. You tell yourself you'll start when the timing is better, when you feel more prepared, when the conditions are right. But the truth is brutal. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. And the longer you wait, the heavier it becomes. A task you could have finished in 2 hours now feels overwhelming. A project that once excited you now feels exhausting. Your brain starts associating the task with guilt, and guilt creates more avoidance. This is the procrastination cycle. Avoid the task. Feel temporary relief, then feel worse later, then avoid it even more. And slowly, days turn into months. Months turn into years. Potential turns into regret. The real tragedy of procrastination isn't lost time, it's lost identity. Because every time you delay something important, you send a message to yourself. I am not the kind of person who takes action. Over time, this belief becomes your reality. You stop trusting yourself. You stop starting things. You start settling for less, not because you lack intelligence, but because you lost momentum. And momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. The opposite of procrastination isn't motivation. That's another myth. Most successful people don't feel motivated all the time. They simply understand something that procrastinators don't. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Waiting until you feel ready is a trap. Because readiness rarely comes before action. It comes after, when you start moving, when you begin making progress, when you prove to yourself that you can do difficult things. But there is one more truth about procrastination that most people never realize. Your brain fears starting, not doing. Starting is the hardest part. The moment before you begin, that's when the resistance is strongest. But once you begin, something interesting happens. Your brain adapts, focus improves, resistance fades, the task becomes easier. This is called the action threshold. Once you cross it, momentum begins. which means the real battle isn't finishing the task. The real battle is starting. Starting when you don't feel like it. Starting when the work feels uncomfortable. Starting before you feel confident. Why? Because confidence doesn't come first. Action does. And every time you start despite resistance, you weaken the procrastination habit. You prove something important to yourself, that you are not controlled by comfort, you are controlled by choice. Alex eventually learned this lesson the hard way. Years passed before he realized something. His life wasn't limited by intelligence. It was limited by hesitation, by waiting, by delaying action. The moment he stopped waiting for motivation, things changed. He stopped focusing on finishing everything perfectly. Instead, he focused on starting. Just starting. 5 minutes of work, one small step, one small action. And strangely, once he started, he kept going. Momentum took over. Progress replaced anxiety. And the things he once avoided slowly became part of his daily life. The truth about procrastination is simple. Your brain will always choose comfort. Your phone will always offer an easier reward. Distractions will always exist. But the people who move forward in life make one crucial decision. They act before they feel ready. They start before they feel confident. They move before they feel motivated. Because they understand something most people never learn. Your future is not built on your intelligence. It's built on your ability to act, even when your brain tells you not to. So the real question is not whether you are smart enough. The real question is much simpler. The next time you feel the urge to delay, will you escape into comfort or will you start anyway? And if you want more ideas like this about discipline, focus, and building a stronger mindset, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because every week we break down the psychology behind success and the habits that keep most people stuck. And if even one idea from this video made you think differently about your life, then the next step is simple. Don't just watch, start.